and work for In Poker and see the world, they said. Not done too bad so far, have we? Blackpool, Brighton, the Castle at Edinburgh. This week, it's junction 10 of the M6. What's it all about?
This is Grosvenor, Walsall. This used to be the headquarters of tournament poker for many, many years. All the great tournaments were held here. Midlands Meltdown, the famous Grosvenor Grand Prix, and now it's enjoying a renaissance.
Certainly is. Let's see what the fuss is all about. Now, what is actually going on behind us is the ladies' leg of APAT. This is the UK Championship. I think it's about time you and me and you found out a little bit more. Yesterday afternoon we started off with 205 players. By 2:30 this afternoon it was down to 47. We are now down to the final 9 who are shortly going to be taking their places at the final table, with Carleen desperate to come and deal some lucky cards for some of them. This is the big stack, over 450,000 chips. Wish I knew what that felt like. Anyway, let's meet those lucky 9.
Well, I've been short stacked since about 5:30 yesterday, so I'm sort of used to it. So the one good thing, I've only got one move, so I probably don't have a lot of decision to make for a while, but hopefully I can double up and take it from there.
I've got the big stack on my left, so see how it goes there for raising the blinds, but just hoping to get a few hands early, really.
There's a lot of chips to be taken. There's a lot of people now going to be waiting for their medals, so you know, hope to abuse them a bit and push them around. But we'll see what happens.
With any decent hand, really, try and push, try and just get some more chips, because it's average, but I need more, really. I mean, there's some bigger stacks out there, and if I'm gonna make it to the top 3, then I need to get up to 400,000, really.
See how it goes, really. See what hands we get, but I'm gonna attack it. Go for first now.
The plan is to try and get my chips in early as possible, see if I can double up, and then hopefully I'll have a bit more space to play with.
Since the pay structure is really the top 3, I think it's going to be important to be aggressive and not tighten up. Get as many chips, run for first, basically. That's my plan, and I'm sticking to it.
I've only got one move, shoving, mainly because I've not got much M, plus the structure. The prize money structure, that is, just dictates that I have to shove to try and get in the final 3, hopefully double up.
I think the plan must be not to play with Steve. We played Steve online last week. He hit everything, so I will be avoiding him. He's also the big stack, but as far as everybody else is concerned, it's anybody's game.
Alan, congratulations and commiserations. Final table, but first out on the final table.
Yeah, I went in short stack, so I just needed to find a hand to push with Ace Jack. Obviously wasn't really looking for a caller. I knew if I got called I was behind.
Of course.
Picked up Ace King, so and the Miracle Jack didn't come. But I've had an amazing 2 days. Happy to take some money home and probably hang about and watch for a little while.
Don't forget to stay with us and we'll catch up later with how these guys are doing on the final table. No, terrific effort. Somebody has to come fourth, I'm afraid.
Yes. Yeah, afraid so. It didn't go quite as I had planned, to be honest. Didn't get the cards. I like to play a little bit more aggressively, but I'm not going to play reckless on 3-5, 5-2.
You had aces a few times today, didn't you? Allegedly.
I did actually have aces a few times today.
I think you showed them a couple of times at least. But...
Yeah. I was fortunate to have them 3 times in the big blind.
You enjoyed your experience here, though?
Yeah, I absolutely love it. And I had some friends drive up from Bristol.
They've all just arrived from Bristol.
Yeah.
In time to congratulate Noe on finishing fourth, unfortunately. Here we are then, we're heads up, because I'm afraid young Stuart's just been knocked out. Good effort. I know you're absolutely disappointed, but in hindsight, I think you'll be pleased.
Yeah, I think I should be pleased with bronze, because when there was 4 or 5 players I was very short. So pleased with bronze, but very, very disappointed not to take that trophy home.
Yeah, it is the horrible thing about poker, isn't it? As soon as you're knocked out, you're absolutely gutted. But as I say, on reflection, you normally find something to cheer you up. You did very well. You said you were short-stacked, you were very patient, you made a couple of moves when you had to. And
Steve, just online and live, he just hits everything. So I said to you earlier I wasn't going to get in a pot with him. I got my ace-king in with his 9s. He hit the 9, and just to add insult to injury, I hit my king on the river.
Well, we've enjoyed your company, we've enjoyed your play. Congratulations, not commiserations, for finishing third.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
It's heads up. We have an APAT UK champion. It is Steve Redfern. Many congratulations, Steve. TK, he was 1 card away from being out when he shoved with the mighty 7-9.
He was, but he wasn't taking prisoners today, Steve. You really went for it, didn't you?
It was there to be taken. I had a lot of good cards early on, got me into the chip lead yesterday. Pretty much chip leader when we came to the final table. Had a bit of a dive, got a bit aggressive, got tired and made a push at the end and got lucky. And that's the story.
You made the final as chip leader, and it was a little bit passive to begin with. You was really running away with it, and then they started going back at you, and you was down to 300,000 at one stage.
Yeah, I was pushing them around to start with, and then they started coming back, and I just didn't have the cards. I was card dead all the way through the last 3, and even when we got heads up, I just never had anything. It just had to come to a push.
Your biggest win?
Oh, by far.
Well, you're now the United Kingdom Amateur Champion. You got 3,500 quid, a gold medal, a trophy, bragging rights for life. But you got a seat to the Champion of Champions tournament. How does that feel? Play up against the real big lads.
I can't even begin to imagine how it's going to feel at the minute, to be honest. It's just over the moon.
It's a good play, you know.
I'm sure he is a good player, but he certainly entertained us and thrilled us. He plays with a smile on his face, a worthy winner. Put it there, Steve. Well done.
Well, Tony, as we know, for every winner there has to be somebody that doesn't quite win, but Todd put up a terrific effort, didn't he?
Todd, you started fairly quietly and you suddenly sneaked into a big lead, and then it all went badly wrong.
Yeah, I doubled up early, really, and then from then on I just kept raising and steadily increased my chip stack. And then before I knew it, I was sort of chip leader. Took a couple of hits along the way, but never really looked back. And then, yeah, called Steve's all in when he went to with 9-7. And he hit a 10 on the end for a straight.
It really was a question of gears. You did change gear perceptibly, and you suddenly started running over the table, and then you had a really bad suck out at the end.
Yeah, I mean, once it got to 3 and 4 handed, I figured that if I raised most pots, you know, people would have to have big hands to call me, and that's how it worked out.
What do you reckon on the structure?
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I've had an amazing time.
Congratulations, Todd. You got so close, but it just went wrong at the end.
Next time.
Hopefully you'll join us next time, but until then, from all of us here, including Todd, a deserved second winner almost, runner-up. We'll see you next time. Bye.